Uh, Welcome to match 3 of the 2026 Lady Milne from Belfast. We are going to be looking at the Wales versus Ireland match on YouTube. For those of you that don't want to spend 2 hours and 10 minutes watching this, I will try and edit it down at the end and republish it about Tuesday. I'm going to just share the screen from Realbridge. At the moment, we're waiting another 5 minutes before the match is up. There's a 10-minute delay between us watching it and the play. Post everything like in the chat window, and I'll try to answer them either now or after the event is over, and you'll be able to review this video later if you want to. Try and make the screen as big as I can, which is going to help. So we're just waiting for the start at the moment. Just sharing the link with some people on WhatsApp, and I'll probably put the link up in Realbridge shortly. Still waiting to start. I'll edit out the first 10 minutes, of course. And Wales lie 4th at the moment, Scotland are 3rd. No, Ireland are 4th and Scotland are 3rd. You can check on the other scores in a minute. The running scores are England are leading 31, Wales are second with 23, Ireland are third with 21, and Ireland are fourth with 18. Then NIBU and Northern Ireland are in 5th and 6th place, having played each other. These have a bit of an Irish focus, these presentations, but we welcome all the Welsh kibitzers that choose to watch this channel. I would know a lot of the Welsh Lady Milne players just as well as I would the Irish Lady Milne players, so it'll be a very fair commentary. Just waiting to start. Put a message in the chat window if something's wrong with the presentation. Okay, match 3 seems to have all 3 tables up, which is good. Well, Northern Ireland are playing England, and there's the 2 commentators there already. Let's see, we've got there Alex Adamson. Okay. So we're waiting for something to happen in the Welsh match. Ireland, Wales, 2 kibitzers already. I'm not going to put the link up to YouTube just in case the match isn't actually going to be broadcast. If it isn't, we're wasting our time. Now, I think they've facilitated a live edit on YouTube, which I'm looking into, which means I can get rid of a lot of the dead time. But for now, nothing really is happening in our table, which likely means that our match isn't going to be displayed, which is a shame. But nothing is happening in the other matches either. So let's have a look at the scores. As you can see, England lead, Wales, Scotland, Ireland. And the butler, which means a lot to some teams, isn't displayed yet. How important is a butler? Well, butlers tend not to work with only 6 tables in play. You need at least a dozen tables. But a significant difference in the butler does mean something. If one pair is averaging +1 in per board, another pair is averaging 0 aboard or even -1 aboard, then that gives you an idea that one player's played significantly better. But if a pair is 0.2 aboard and another pair is 0.3 aboard, it doesn't really mean anything. So you can see the pairs are now joining the tables. England seem to have Fiona Brown and Helen Eriksson playing against Kathleen Cassidy and Norma Irwin for the Northern Ireland team. And there's a few kibitzers now joining this table. Just waiting for everything to get lined up. It's quite a difficult job for the organisers, trying to handle all these players, 6 tables, and that's basically 12 people doing recording. Is that right, or is it 6? No, 6. They need six people recording per session. So it's looking like there's not going to be any record. Oh, yes, there's the Welsh matches coming up. Well, the Scottish match is there, the Welsh match is coming up. Okay, so hopefully you can see my screen now, made it as big as I can. Wales have Mickey de Shepper and Susan Ingham, new partnership. Although they both played several times before for Wales, playing against Hillary and Dowling Long and Anne-Marie Horan, quite an established partnership, and they've reformed after a number of years' rest. And in the other room, we've got Jeannie Fitzgerald and Joan Kenny, partnership about 10 years standing, playing against Kerry Pearce, Chief Executive of the Welsh Bridge Union, playing with Sophie Cunningham, again a fairly new partnership. So I think we'll start watching the Jeannie Fitzgerald table because I understand their methods a bit better than I would the Wheatner Trump of the other pair. So I'm just putting a link in. Okay, so Two Diamond was opened by Kerry Pearce, traditional multi. Tuna Trump from Sophie Cunningham, a game try. And 3 hearts, feels like that must have been maximum because Sophie's bid 4 hearts. And looking at it, the hearts break 3-1, so you got 2 heart losers and a diamond and a club loser, and quite possibly another club loser. But the spade finesse is right, so you could throw your diamond loser away. East has a tough lead. I don't think it matters what she leads, because North has a bit too much to do. Okay. Seems a reasonable lead. Now, in situations like this, where your entries are limited to the south hand, it's often good to play on the side suit first. So she could well win this and immediately play a club. And West isn't going to know if East has 3 clubs or 1 club from the card she plays. But I'm not sure if they play standard or reverse count, but East would be expected to show the club count in this position. That's assuming North does play a club at trick 2. Okay, well, she's just hoping the hearts are 2-2 and then the hand would be on a spade finesse. Okay, so Joan Kenny takes away the heart from dummy, stop any potential diamond ruff. There wasn't one, but could have been. Now with 2 tricks in the bag, they just need the 2 club tricks. North has to get rid of that diamond loser. So she could well take the spade finesse to get rid of the diamond loser and then just hope that something good happens in the clubs. And I think what she really needs is East to hold Jack to 3 clubs and the Queen of Spades. And this is not the case. Lady Milne is a surprisingly aggressive bidding event. Not quite as aggressive as the junior cameras, but equally aggressive as it would be in the open event. Or the seniors. Okay, so she's gambled everything on the clubs coming in. So to rough this diamond and run the 9 of clubs. I don't mind if you want to cast the king of clubs first, but I think I would rough the diamond just in case East has got the singleton ace of clubs. So the other table they went off in 3 hearts. Didn't risk the spade finesse, I would suspect. But they did well to stop in 3 hearts. 4 hearts wasn't a great spot. Even if the hearts broke, you had work to do. So notice there's no real bridge commentators here, so hopefully we've got some people who've joined me from Wales and Ireland. You're all welcome. R2, D2. I wonder who that is. Okay. So she's hopeful that this club finesse might be working, but it isn't. So went off for a flat board. Okay, I think the screen is back. So this time 1 heart from John Kenny, pass, a spade by Jeannie Fitzgerald, and 1 the treble rebid, which is weak. Pass, pass, pass by North. Having the spade suit is quite difficult. I'm sure she would like to have bid, but it's quite difficult. So North-South can make quite a few clubs. If you guess the clubs right, you might just lose a diamond and 2 hearts. But you've got to do something with all your diamonds. You can rough your 2 hearts. In that case, I don't think that they're going to be in clubs, but they could make 3 clubs. So I'm going to maybe post a link up in the other room as well. Get into the other room. YouTube commentary. So, welcome to anyone from Wales or Ireland who've just joined us with our commentary. We're focusing on the Jeannie Fitzgerald, Joan Kenny room, playing against Kerry Pearce and Sophie Cunningham. And they're playing this contract in 1-0 trump, and we don't have a result from the other room yet. The first board was flat, even though it wasn't the same contract in both rooms. So I missed a bit of the play. I'll just fly back to the beginning. Club was led. And on the fifth club, North would really be expected to make a suit preference discard here rather than a count. The first discard you get to make when partners running a long suit is generally an attitude. In other situations, it would be either irrelevant or it'll be count. So it's not clear to South whether she should be playing diamond in case North has the jack of diamonds or a spade. And North wants a spade, so maybe throw in the 9 of hearts away here. Obviously wouldn't want hearts, so that'll be a suit preference for spades. The 8 and 10 of diamonds look quite big diamonds, so they're likely to be a suit preference for spades as well. So some people might play odd encouraging, so they'd probably play the 3 of spades. It doesn't look like it makes much difference. It's contract figures to be making. So, oh no, it was figure to go off. Sorry, yeah, it went 2 off as it should have. The hearts didn't break. So 1 the trump went off in one room and 2 spades went off in the other room on the 5-0 break. So we've yet to play a contract in the same suit. The same contract in both rooms we haven't played yet. Video commentary at table 6, very good. Generally, there's no problem getting commentators for the big English match, but they do struggle to get commentators for the smaller matches. And these presentations are mainly aimed at the Irish audience from the Region and Bankers Bridge Club, but any Welsh or other Irish spectators are more than welcome to tag along. If you have any questions in the chat group. So a club which might have been short, hearts natural. Spade was quite aggressive, but it's favourable on averting. King of trump is natural. 3 on trump to play. So clubs behave. So you've got 4 club winners, 2 spade winners, 6 heart winners, 7. You're probably going to be playing on diamonds because that's your next longest suit, and they lie quite favourably. So you're going to make at least 9 tricks. As you want to try and enjoy the 10 of diamonds at some stage, best to play a diamond at trick 2. You can also set the spades up for 3 tricks. And the opponents that struggle to get at you because of the location of the queen of diamonds. Just going to flick over to table 6 a minute. So not much happened this board. I would, if you're watching on playback, I'd fast forward to hand 4 if I was you. So while this is just playing out for a few extra tricks, so it looks like it's made quite a few tricks here. Just use a diamond in the end game. We're always likely to make 11. South could have withheld the queen of spades, but he made it, probably held it to 10. I think that Probably a misclaim because it's a diamond loser. It can be difficult for the operators when they make a claim and they don't necessarily state their line, and you assume they're claiming all the tricks, whereas in this case, I think she was offering to lose one trick. Any mistakes are generally corrected halfway through the event, or halfway through the session. I wouldn't really be expecting much of a swing on that board. On a different computer today, so hopefully the sound is okay. Microphone isn't quite as good. Big days tomorrow. Ireland play Ireland. The South play all day against the North. They play the Northern Ireland team and the NIBU team in some order. And we'll probably do a real British commentary then with, I think Terry Walsh will be joining me. Okay, let's look for some more excitement, hopefully, on these boards. West, we've got some sort of spade opener. 7-2-2-2 isn't great shape, but 4 spades would be awful. Even 3 spades is a bit pushy with that shape, but I think you have to do it. You have to preempt these days. Make it difficult for the opponents. North hasn't quite got enough to bid 4 clubs, and East should just bid 4 spades because she's got a reasonable hand with 3 card support. That probably doesn't make, but it might make. You can see you should lose 2 diamonds, a club and a heart. But defense has certainly got to get their tricks in. And there we are. It has gone 3 spades past 4 spades. North isn't going to lead a club, I don't think. Probably going to lead a heart. Could lead the ace of diamonds. That will still beat it as long as she switches. Okay, I didn't think she'd lead a club, but she has. King of clubs is more likely to be in dummy or with a partner. And she's got a few chances to find the heart switch. But as long as she doesn't try and play on clubs. So it should go off, but remember North can't see all the cards that I can see. I can see it's routine off on the heart switch at some stage. Doesn't even have to be now. So I wouldn't fast forward off this when I think the critical play will happen in the first 3 tricks. My assistant is out to lunch today, so I won't be able to keep you in touch with the other board as often as I normally would. In the other room, they haven't bid board 4 yet. They're just about to start. So I'm trying to keep this screen as big as possible. I do know it can get a bit small and it's difficult to watch. Trying to get Real Bridge to have a larger screen version for presentation. But if you attach your screen to your large TV, it's not so bad. So now North is in, and this is the crunch time. Now she has to find this heart switch and sort of knows her partner's got the king of diamonds, otherwise surely East would have played small to the king. And she knows the club count. So, and there's a huge danger the heart loser is going to go away on those diamonds. So I think she should find the heart switch now. Okay, she has. Well done. Oh. Come on. So it's called away then. But 4 spades, Judy went 1 off, as expected. So they're having fun with their multi again. So I can read through. This is a lot stronger than the other multi. It's a very good 9 count. And South isn't really good enough to bid 2 no trumps. But you might try 3 hearts, which would be to play in partner's major. But you are vol against none, and you've got very little building material, so maybe 2 hearts is enough. Yes, you've got to get in against the multi when you have shape and points in your shapely suits. And so that's well worth 3 clubs. East won't be too delighted with that. We'll probably pass, even though 5 diamonds is, well, 2 off, but difficult to stop in 3 diamonds. North would really like to bid 3 hearts, but that's very undisciplined. Round to South. Any other vulnerability, I think she might bid 3 hearts, but here I think she'll call it today. Special and Queen to 4 clubs. They're defensive type cards. Okay. So despite the fact it's a 6-1 fit, you've only seemed to have two spade losers because one of your spades would go away on the ace of hearts, and two club losers. So there's 9 tricks in clubs. So well stopped. Whether there was 9 tricks and 3 no trumps, I don't think so, but got 5 diamonds, a heart is 6, club is 7. North South can't really attack hearts that well, but you probably have to give up a club. I think there's only 8 tricks and no trumps. Again, not much to play, so you could fast forward this one to board 6 if you want to. England are leading against Northern Ireland. 28 imps to 4 on the same boards we've seen. Didn't get the defence right on board 4, I believe. So the defence have to get their spade tricks in now or they won't get them. Anyone who wants to watch a video commentary on Wheelbridge, you can watch the Scotland NIBU match, table 6. When you got Paul Barton and Alex Adamson doing the commentary. Both quite entertaining commentators. And we're just waiting for board 6 to come up. Nothing much has happened in the room we're watching. Fair few spectators now coming on board. Welcome, Maggie Pierce. Maggie Pierce is the stepmother of Kerry Pierce. Kerry's father, Alan Pierce, was a very famous Welsh bridge international, very successful, former partner of Adrian Thomas's. I hope the YouTube link I put up actually works. I better check if we've got anyone watching. Otherwise I'm talking to myself. Not for the first time. From Belfast, Queen of Diamonds. Yep, it seems all in order. Okay, the screen should be large. So a club by South could be short. One heart over comb. Some people would have doubled with that hand. It's in between, it's almost a double, and then bid hearts. I'm happy one heart and bid again on it. North is going to say nothing. And East has one of these awkward hands when you want to do something, you've got 10 count, only Doubleton support. Probably should bid one the trump. Some people would bid a spade with East hand. Pause might be waiting for East rather than North. Sometimes it doesn't move on until both people on the same side of the screen has bid. Oh, North has bid one spade. Okay. Now, that, I believe, is showing enough to bid, which is dubious, but it's denying four spades. Denying four spades, getting partner to bid one the trump when you're going to, in this case, you'll be slowly removing two diamonds. So that's what's happened. One spade probably shows diamonds only. Their methods. I suspect they are playing transfers over a club. A lot of the Welsh players do.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, I'd love that. Yeah. Yeah. And then plan it on the day he wants it. There's no, great. Yeah, I'd love that. And I'll order his Revolut card now. Yeah. Brilliant. What's that? Yeah, you take care. Okay. Bye, Jack. Bye.
Just try to pause the sound.
Oh, sorry. You want it?
Mm.
Sorry. Didn't realize.
So a lot of bidding has gone on this table, and they've ended up in four hearts. East has shown some values, and West had a lot to spare. Spades come in quite nicely, so it looks as if it's two diamonds and a club to lose, even though the hearts break 4-1. So 6 hearts and 4 spade tricks and a club. In fact, that's plus 6 hearts, 4 spades is 10, the club is 11, so 11 tricks. Just lose a diamond and a club. Thanks, Paul. Paul Cunningham telling me one spade shows diamonds. System popularised in Wales by Michael Pownham, who now lives in Lyon in France. If anyone is chasing Michael for a compliment, that's where you'll get it from. So not much in the play, so you could fast forward this one if you like to the next board. Any Welsh people watching, feel free to subscribe, and then you can watch any of the other matches. I generally do the Camrose as well as the Lady Milne, and don't think I'll be doing the senior Camrose this year. Just have to mute my microphone for a sec. Sorry, it called away. It's a long session, 2 hours, 10 minutes, so I'll edit this down for the review. And I'll just catch up on the scores. So on this one, we opened a diamond, 17 count, which is a bit, no, 18 count. Diamond, a spade, won the trump. Okay. Okay, we'll get Paul to explain this. Looks as if they won the trump. Rebid is always 18, 19. 2 diamond was artificial game forcing, 2 hearts was natural. So 3 hearts was just better than 4. 3 spades is a Q bid. They're bidding this quite well, or very well. And will they get to 6? If they do they want to be in it? Might take a club lead to beat it. But a club lead is quite played by South. Not clear if they lead a club or a diamond. I guess I'm not certain they're going to bid it. They're having quite an aggressive auction. If a diamond, a spade, won the trump is 1890, you got to ask yourself what would they do with 11 to 13, and I suspect they would open a club. So because you open a club with all your balance 11 13s, you can afford to play win the trump. I actually play one the trump as showing 5 diamonds and 4 clubs any range, so maybe that's what they do. So did you have the link, Eva? Okay. I'll give you the link.
You send me the link, I'll send it.
So the live streaming is quite new, and for me to get a second commentator, I can only set it up through my mobile phone, which isn't really any good. So hence I do the commentary on my own. I'm going to put the YouTube link. YouTube link for anyone that's just joined in Kerry's room. So they've bid to 6 hearts, and West had a choice in a club or a diamond, but diamond was bid by South, so not unreasonably. She led a club, and it's, I think you can't get rid of your spade losers. You can only get rid of 3 of your spade losers, so it's a bit unfortunate. But without a club lead it would have made. She could have got rid of the 2 club losers. Even then you might not have made. So it was a nice sounding auction. North unfortunately had wasted values in clubs. Jack of clubs was waste paper. South might have devalued king, queen, doubletons. They're never as good as they appear. But it's just, if that queen of spades or the king of spades, it was good. So I suspect this will be a swing to Ireland. But we'll flick over and watch the other room. Not much to play in this room here.
Send the link.
I've just put it up on the link is up on the real bridge side. Oh, you went in there, okay. Right. Okay, I sent it to you. So, 2 diamonds, straightforward transfer. They might be playing mini no trump in some situations. Mini no trump is 10 to 12. Also, I was watching the other room, watching Liz McGowan, who is playing a weak no trump. Go back to our room. So 6 hearts is just going to drift off. Okay, unlucky there's no king of spades in dummy, so that's 1 off in this room. And the reason the commentary is on table 6, which is the Scotland or the Ireland match, is there's always a huge Scottish following of these real bridge matches. So there's a Scottish and an English commentator in that room, but no commentaries from our room. And the board which we've just been watching, board 7, was bid up to 6 hearts by the Irish pair as well, and they're still thinking about the lead, but I strongly suspect it'll be a club lead. In our room here now, back at table 8, a club could be short. It's an awful 11 count, but if you've got the understanding you open all your 11 counts virtually, then you follow it through. You just have to underbid the east hand if you're going to open those 11 counts, the west hand. Benefits of opening light: it puts north-south into an overcall territory rather than opening bid territory. The downside of opening so light is that you find yourself in some ridiculous games sometimes. So he's bid a natural spade, no transfers here, notice. And south was a bit pushy with 2 hearts. 2 spades guaranteed 4-card support. And north would have liked to have made some sort of game try. 3 clubs probably would have been a game try. Certainly 3 hearts, which is well worth that. And we look to have a diamond, a club, and 2 spade losers. It's possible they have to lead the queen of spades. Okay, well, they have led the queen of spades, but that's maybe all the only losers that they've got, because the 10 of spades now is a discard for the club, and maybe the other club goes away on the 4th diamond. So okay, East has found the club switch. And now there's nothing the opponents can do to stop 3 hearts from making. Welcome to the Welsh spectators. Haven't been on this channel before. We generally do the Camrose and the Lady Milne, and sometimes even the junior Camrose. We do some reviews. If you're watching back in playback, I would strongly suggest you fast track over some of the hands when they get boring, and I'll tell you if there's no interest in the hand, so you can fast track. Wasn't a lot of interest in the play on this one, so you can fast track to board 9. I still don't know what happened in the other room on board 8. Board 7, rather, which was the slam. Still waiting on board 7. So we're on to board 9, 16 boards per session, and then we break. And I close down the YouTube and I'll restart for board 17 to 32. And a diamond pass. A lot of other vulnerabilities. I think John Kenny would have tried 2 hearts, but red against green, it would be a bit rich. South has got a so-so hand. 15 count, 5 card support. Queen Jack doubletons are never full value. The rest of the hand is good then. Shouldn't want to get to 2 consecutive slams going off them. But she's got 2 diamond, which is inverted, and force into at least 3 diamonds, potentially game forcing, depending on your agreements. North has a load of rubbish, so it must have been game forcing. So she's signing off in 5 diamonds. Principle of fast arrival. And you appear to have 2 hearts and a spade loser, but have to lead a heart. Otherwise you can rise with the ace of spades, play diamond to the ace, and throw cards away on the king, queen of clubs. Specifically throw 2 hearts away. Yep, 10 of spades lead, not unreasonable, but unfortunate. Obviously it could be from queen 10-9, but it often isn't, so I think Kerry Pearce is going to rise with the ace of spades and play for the diamonds behaving. No opposition bidding, so no reason to think the diamonds aren't 1-1. $14 kibitzers of this table. If you're watching on the YouTube, you might want to have 2 windows open, one listening to my random jottings, and also another window where you can have a much bigger representation of the real bridge screen. Best hand so far is board 7, so you can always flick back and look at that, because this feels like it's going to make 12 tricks now. Just emphasizes how important opening leads are. Couldn't really fault a spade lead there, but when North said that she's got a very poor hand, maybe it was a time to get aggressive. But it's likely to be flat, I think. the Welsh East will have the same decision to make. Noticeable Wales have rested their pair that were pretty high up in the Butler. I'm sure they'll be in for the second set. And we can be entertained by Julie Clench. Okay, the 12 tricks, all down to the lead. So well done to Wales. It's potentially a game. There was talk of the Lady Milne being replaced with a mixed cameras, but I don't think that's going to happen. The mixed teams cameras, will remain online for the foreseeable future, and Bridge Great Britain will continue with the ladies, the seniors, the Open and the juniors as they currently stand. Eventually that will have to change because there just isn't enough weekends in the calendar, especially people involved in maybe 3 of those teams. So a diamond was natural, double was not always as good a hand as that. It's passed. I would just simply bid 1 heart with the south hand. I think they're too worked up over you. Equal well. And then North has got a tough hand because she could be facing a Yarborough with 3 hearts. But she does have a lot of points. 22 count. 3 diamonds didn't seem to do the hand justice. So you would think this has got pretty good chances. 6 has got good chances if it wasn't for the 5-0 break. And the 5-0 break means that you could be in a bit of trouble. They can't re-attack spades quickly enough, east-west. But maybe you don't know the hearts of 5-0, otherwise you might just simply cash your ace, king, queen of clubs. Double dummy, you would do all that. But when you cast the ace of hearts and you find the bad break, you'll then have to go into a rethink. And you probably should then cast the ace, king, queen of clubs. And then you can rough a diamond and throw a diamond around the club, and you're sort of getting there. And there's dangerous territory for North South because they could get to 6 hearts in the other room, and it's not that bad a contract. Probably just needs a 3-2 heartbreak. If that was the case, you would have made 5 club tricks, 5 heart tricks via a rough, that's 10, ace of diamonds 11, and a spade is 12. So 6 hearts is a very reasonable contract. And I would expect some of the English pairs to get the 6 hearts. It gives Northern Ireland a chance to pull something back. So she's done basically what I've said, that cast 3 clubs, and she was delighted that they stood up. I doubt it mattered if they did or didn't, really. And she's able to throw a diamond away as well. But she could equally have thrown spades away if another scenario. He's just played a hard back. A little bit careful here. Guess we had to be careful. See what happens. He gets this trump promotion. So she had to win the king of hearts and play hearts to the queen first and then play the club. I think let's not play that, stops him. Just going to flick back a few tricks. This was a critical stage when heart was played. And double dummy analysis says she has to play a small heart. And I think not only that, she had to play a small heart, and then she had to play a small spade to the queen. But it was tough to stop that trump promotion, which just sort of appears out of the blue, and what looked like a routine four hearts, despite the 5-0 break, is a bit about trump management and difficult at trump management. Don't think we're going to analyse that at this stage, but if you're watching this on playback, have a careful look at board 10 and see if you would have made it by winning the heart of the king and how you would have played it. So I'm not going to do much more on board 10. I might add some notes later to the chat. Just waiting for board 11 to be pulled back. Maybe. Yeah, it certainly was very difficult to raise. You had to win with the king and then play hard to the queen and then the club. And although East would be rough in that stops the trump promotion because West gets in with a spade and that's the end of it. Tough hand. Or 10 was a tough hand, might well be flat. So we're just waiting. The reason for this delay is they're playing quite quickly in this room, and we need to wait until the board's been played in at least 3 of the tables, I think, before they'll show it. We're not live. We're 10 minutes behind or 15 minutes behind the live event. So if you look on fob.ie, you'll see the live results if you can't wait.
9 there in 4 times.
Yeah. So Wales picked up some mimps on board 9.
7.
So it's tightened up a bit. So I think it's 9-10, but there is potential on board 11 because they're in 4 hearts in the other room as well. Actually, don't know what they're in the other room, sorry. So they made 10 tricks in the other room in diamonds on board 9, 4 diamonds making, which was 7 imps to Wales. So while we're waiting for board 11 to appear, just check on the scores. In England, got 13.78 VPs. So as it currently stands, England leading with 45, Scotland the second with 34, Wales a third for 33, and Ireland are fourth with 28.62. So it's all quite close for second, third, fourth, and a little bit of gap to the leaders, who would have gone in as the strong favourites to win this event. So, board 11 out of 16, those of you still here. We suspect it'll go pass, although I do know some people would open the west hand. North's going to try a heart. And South will make a bid that says that she's got a good raise to 3 hearts, I would think. Using the losing trick count, you might not think it's as good as that. You might just think it's 3 hearts. Oh, well, West has opened a diamond in that case. It's noticeable the West has been opening very light on quite a few of these hands. Again, benefits as you put the opponents in this overcall territory. Not just overcalled 1 heart. I can catch up later. These doubles in South. Personally, I think that's a 3 diamonds bid, which is a limit raise to 3 hearts. 2-no trump would need to be a bit better. 2-no trump would also be a 4-card raise, but a slightly better hand. Limit, or what they often call in England a mixed raise. Let's see if they play that. Useful area for partnerships to work out because they're overcalling more than they used to, not just because they're overcalling lighter, but because the opponents are opening lighter. So you're overcalling on hands you would often have opened. So East has shown spades, West has decided she still hasn't bid enough with the opener bid and has launched a 4 spades. That's his ultra aggressive at this vulnerability. Green against red, we've got no problems at all. And North does have a 6-card suit, but not much shape. Surely one of those spades is a winner, so she's looking at 3 tricks. But her partner hasn't shown anything before hearts. So I would be surprised if she decides that she's going to pass, although she thinks she's probably gone one off. Okay, she's put 5 hearts. West's delighted to get out and double down. East won't be so happy with her opening bid. And this looks like a heart, a spade, and a club, and probably a second club. Vulnerability is significant in these auctions. When you equal none, you just have to be a little bit more cautious than when you're green against red or non-vul against vul. So I might not have doubled with the north hand, but I wouldn't have bid 5 hearts. So diamond is led, a partner suit. So this is one of the gains from opening lights by West. Put the opponents in this overcall territory, and they just got too high. For those that have just joined the YouTube channel, we play 16 boards, have a little break, and then we come back for the last 16 of this match 3. Critical match for both teams if they're going to launch a significant challenge to the English. Ireland have already played England and escaped with a reasonable loss. Wales still have to play them. England don't always win this event. Scotland have won it on numerous occasions. The Welsh have won it on several occasions. The Irish have yet to win it, but they've been pretty close quite a few times in the last 5 or 6 years. That's the Southern Irish, that is. There's a big meeting soon when the Northern Irish are attempting to join forces with the South and form an overall Irish team, Irish structure, but they still will be allowed to play in the Lady Milne and Camrose and Telstra as their own entity. So this feels like it's going to drift too off, although a club switch was sort of needed now, which is she's only. It's difficult for declarer to avoid. 2 club aces. Once you can guess the spades wrong, you got 3 off. So you'd expect this is potentially a little pickup for the Irish, but they'll probably have a similar problem. Let's see what happened with board 10. Nope, they're still playing 4 hearts on that 5-0 break. They are in 4 hearts on the same lead, played by South. And I wouldn't be surprised if she has the same decisions to make and suffers that sort of out of the blue trump promotion. So not a lot of interest on this one. So we're just waiting for the final result, which is either going to be two, which is just 2 off now. So then, a few more boards left to go this half, and the second half then will be starting at 5:45 live, so we'll be starting from about 6 o'clock. And I'll probably do most of that match. So it's not a lot of interest in this now, just going to lose a club. 2 off. Board 10 is the one of interest. That's the one they were in 4 hearts and went 1 off when a trump promotion was created. In the other room, they didn't ref the diamond prematurely. And then so 4 hearts looks like it's going to make, because the trump promotion situation didn't quite appear. So roughing the diamond was the error in reality on board 10, which I must admit I was suggesting to do, but I do agree now it was better to play a heart first. People ask me what system should you play in these events, and it doesn't matter too much as long as you have the understandings, but what does matter is the 80% effort you have to put into concentration, or how much concentration affects the result. It's approaching 70 to 80%. It's all down to concentration. So 11 we don't have a result for, 12 we don't have, a 10 we don't have a result, but we suspect it's imps to Ireland. And we're live on board 12 now. So 1 no trump opened, which is strong. With 5 diamonds, 4 hearts, it's generally right to open no trump. You got that shape. With 5 diamonds and 4 spades, I would just open a diamond. You have a rebid. And the same with 5 clubs and 4 spades. 5 clubs, 4 hearts is a little bit difficult, whether you should open 1 no trump or a club.
4 hearts made.
Yep, 4 hearts made on board 10, when she didn't prematurely rough the diamond.
It is awful to look at take a heart.
Okay. Was very difficult. Board 10 was the most difficult hand of this set, and I would suggest that any of you looking for learnings from this, have a look at that one and decide how you would have played it in practice and how you should play it. So 1 no trump, 2 clubs, Damon, 2 hearts response, 3 hearts, which wasn't forcing, just invitation. Not everyone would have bid 2 clubs in East 10, but there's some 8 counts when you should bid and there's some when you shouldn't. That's one when you should, because your points are bunched together and you do have a 4-4-3-2 chain. If that club was a spade, I might well not have moved. So they've got themselves to 4 hearts, so they want to win it. You've got 2 spades to lose, and you've got a heart to lose, and you've got a 2-way diamond guess. Or have you? Is there a way of avoiding the diamond guess? So we don't know who's got the king of spades. I know North will get this because she's led it. I think you're going to find out a trick too. The North would not be underleading the king of spades here. So when a spade goes to the queen, West we know where the king-queen of spades is. Which might help with the diamond guess. It may not. South has to do something and can't play a spade. So okay. Just in case the simple queen hopped up with the ace, but now she's got to get the dummy to take the losing heart finesse. Okay, she's decided the heart finesse was always losing, which is good. Now a third heart might enable North to guess wrong. Okay, that's nicely done. And now North doesn't know where to play a diamond or a club. Okay. no Souths for the king, queen of spades. Likely to have a queen of diamonds. Queen of clubs, sorry. So she doesn't know. I wouldn't be surprised if she hops up the ace and gets the diamond all right. But she could easily play small as well. Just if she was going to do that, no doubt she would have played the king of diamonds first if she was going to play in diamond to the 10. Played the jack, hoping that North would cover with queen to 3, even queen X. And she wishes she played the king of diamonds if she's going to run it. Okay, so well then, she was sort of committed to that when she played the jack, in my opinion. But still did very well to get it right. So we must be waiting on some boards here because
And 4 hearts -2 on board the left.
so 10 was the game when 4 hearts made in one room, went off in the other. 12 into to Ireland, and then on board 11, 4 hearts was allowed to play. They didn't bid 4 spades, and so that wasn't doubled, and 5 more imps to Ireland. So Ireland lead 27-9 after 11 of the boards. We don't have a result for board 12 yet, but we think board 12 will be, it won't be bad for Ireland. It's either going to be a game or it'll be flat.
We're up to 3rd.
So with the recent few boards, Ireland have leapfrogged ahead of the Wash team, and now they're up to 3rd place. I suspect Wales are in 4th place. Wales are on 4th. And Scotland are catching up with England. Scotland are beating the NIBU team quite heavily, 16.68. Now, Ireland do have both the northern teams to play tomorrow, so they've got scope to pick up a lot of points. The England-Scotland match hasn't happened yet. I don't think the England-Wales match has happened either. So 1 the trump, 2 hearts. So South showed 5-4 in spades and diamonds, and North had no choice but really to bid 3 no trump. It was an interesting 14 count to upgrade with jacks and ace king doubletons. I think I wouldn't have upgraded North hand. So ace of hearts lead is normally for attitude, probably reverse attitude, and it's difficult to know what to do with the 10, especially when you have an entry and you might well be able to push a heart through. So maybe she should discourage and hope a partner finds the diamond switch. So that, I suspect, is discouraging. North has to find the diamond switch. A club switch apparently does it as well. So club suit is sort of blocked a bit. So big decision for East. Okay, I think club switch will probably work. It says you can make 5 spade tricks by winning this club in a hand. 5 spades and 2 clubs is 7. And then she has to play a diamond, and eventually she'll make an 8th trick. Because the Jack 8 is hearts. So a good signalling method by East West to discourage hearts and wait for her time to get her entry. But she will have some difficult discards to find on the, well, one difficult discard maybe. Spade. I don't think it matters what she discards. She'll be hopping up with her ace of diamonds. The other thing to look at is what you lead. What's the difference between an ace and a king lead against no trumps? With 4 card suits, I would tend to lead the ace for attitude. With a 5 card suit, I would either lead the king if it was a better holding, or my 4th highest, ace king to 5. Okay, this is going to drift off, so it gives us a chance to catch up with the other room a little bit, as we're way ahead. And they did presumably guess the diamond wrong on board 12, because it's been more points to Ireland. Wales need to stop the one-way traffic. So 37.9 is 14.96 in VPs. Remember, Ireland did lose to England in the first match. So this could sneak home. He's just thrown a heart away. It's not obvious for her to throw a heart, but if she does throw a heart, then he gets end played in a funny sort of way. Providing South plays the 8 of diamonds next, which I'm sure she will. Yeah, I'm not surprised it wasn't clear that Empire was going to happen. So now when East wins, you can safely just exit with a club. Or can she? No, she can't, because there's no tricks. Wow. Well, that sort of appeared out of the blue, so that's potentially back for Wales. Well done. So we're just going to flick back to that board a minute while we're waiting for them to catch up. See what sort of went wrong. It's on the spades. She could afford one diamond and afford one heart. It's the fifth spade. And fifth spade, East had to throw a club, realizing that if De Clara had the ace of diamonds, it was probably all over. Because she would just play ace of diamonds, another diamond. So East had to throw a club, but not fully known what the lies were. She threw a heart. Okay, so we think Wales might be back in this match. And we're waiting for board 14. 13 was all about a diamond guess, which was guessed wrong. So the Irish pair are having a good set here, so they are top of the butler in this particular set. That's Jean Fitzgerald and Joan Kenny, plus 2.35. So I don't know who the Welsh captain is. Anyway, no, I'll get to my assistant who's back to find out. Do you know who the Welsh captain is? I can say on FOB. If anyone's posting anything in the chat, I can't quite see the chat because I'm trying to display the rubric on the full screen. Because sometimes I answer questions on chat. So club of heart won the trump. Four diamond tricks, two heart tricks is 6. Therefore, know where the 7th trick comes from. Run the 9 of clubs. You've got to avoid cashing that 10 of diamonds because you want to use it as an entry to play clubs twice. Okay. That is too much what she throws here. Right, we found this Paul Lamford, the NPC, regular Real Bridge commentator. Venue is very good. They're playing up in Belfast at Milne Country Club. It's quite a good bridge venue. We'll send the link to Harold tomorrow. And for the Irish people watching, we will be broadcasting both matches against the Northerners tomorrow. NIBU and Northern Ireland. I'm not certain which way round they are, both matches. We'll either be broadcasting on YouTube or Terry and myself will be just going straight in through Wheelbridge. I'm not convinced the Wheelbridge people like me doing the YouTube. They prefer I did it commentated via their platform. But the reason that YouTube is preferable for me is we can play it back easily and fast forward it. And as far as I know, when you have the Real Bridge commentary, you don't save the commentary. You just save the cards if you're playing it back in a few days later. Okay, when the Trump drifted one off, and I think it was preferable not to have played the other diamond, to have played a club before the 10 of diamonds. It may not have mattered. It might still have gone one off. As they say in rugby parlance, small margins. So, as predicted, the Welsh have pulled some imps back, and it was on this 3 Trump's hand that went off in the other room. So they defended well to beat it, the same lead, and 2 off. And 14 is probably going to be flat. So 2 balls to go, and then we have a break before we come back at about 5:30, when I would suspect both teams will bring in the other pair. And we'll bring in Gilda Pender and Rebecca Brown. In Wales will bring in Jilly Clench and Susie, I think it's Lawson, Susie Lawson, who will probably be the most aggressive pair in the event, but very entertaining. So we're down to 8 spectators. Everyone must be having a little break for their Saturday evening meal. So while we're waiting for 15 and 16, England have increased their lead over Ireland, but Scotland seem to be catching them up. Yes, England have only got 12.78 VPs from this match, and Scotland have 16.68. Scotland are playing the NIBU, and England are playing Northern Ireland. So I think England will have NIBU and Scotland to play tomorrow. But if Scotland It'll beat England, then it'll tighten it up and give Ireland a chance. Or Wales. And there's very little difference between Ireland and Wales. Half a VP, if that. But 16 balls to go, or more than 18 balls to go, anything could happen.
Lost 4 inches in both the teams.
Okay.
They're really having 2 dimes.
We played 2 diamonds in the room, as you can see, and that made +1. 4-4 diamond fit across. Well, spade lead might have beaten 2 diamonds. Okay, back with some action. Hand 15. Well, West has certainly got a good hand. Some people be tempted to open 2 no trumps, but 5-4 in the majors. Looks like 2 clubs is better. And take it slowly. North will pass, south, east will bid 2 diamonds, and then you have to decide if Kokish comes into play, and you wish you weren't playing it here, because it interferes a little bit. 2 diamond isn't always a negative these days. Sometimes it's a positive. 2 hearts and 2 spades are some sort of negatives. The merit of that is that you have bad hands more often than you have good hands, so you get those out the way early by describing your hand. The 2 hearts, 2 spades, 2 diamond is for all the good hands that you rarely have. I have played it, but I wasn't convinced it was worth the memory side, because it just didn't come up often enough. So 2 hearts has been alerted, so probably that is Kokish then. That's either hearts or it's a balanced hand of 24 plus. Here it's hearts. 2 spades is forced really, and that asks you what you've got. And 3 spades says that I did have hearts after all, but I've also got spades. So quite soon I've been alerted, but it's natural. At least now knows his partner's got hearts, and within the context of that, his hand's quite good. Well, assuming that you play your 2 clubs up to strength, it's difficult to picture a hand when West doesn't have the ace of clubs. And if he doesn't, he'll have the ace king of diamonds and a singleton club quite often on this auction. So East is worth going on. But it's getting a We're on a diamond or a spade finesse. Well, it's on the spade finesse, it doesn't matter with the diamond, I suppose. And get rid of one diamond on the club. So it's on the spade finesse. If you're in hearts across, you're no trumps. It's probably the same, isn't it? But hearts is where you'll be if you're at the 6th level. You couldn't blame East for at least making a try with an 8 count and 4 card support. Only made 11 trips in the other room. I wonder why that was. There's a diamond. Well, the hearts are 4-1, which I suppose does give you problems. You've got to take the spade finesse early. Maybe you can't ever make 6. Let's have a look. But the spades are 3-3. Let's say you cash the ace of hearts and you find out the bad news. You struggle to get back and forth to dummy, don't you? Let's see. So 6 hearts probably doesn't make, even though the spade finesse is right. Because you can't get the dummy twice to take the finesse because you've got a heart loser. You can't afford to pay a diamond to the jack. So this is banana skin ball for Ireland. I wouldn't be surprised if they get to 6. I wouldn't fast forward over this one because it's particularly interesting. I don't think it's North is thinking. I think it's East is doing the thinking. Remember, they're the same side of the screen, so the operator sometimes puts both bids in at the same time, so you don't know who's hesitating. There isn't any doubt with anyone who's doing the hesitating here. So East has decided they're all good cards. I know she's ace. It's very rare you blackwood without an ace or without a key card. Very, very rare. This might be one of the few times. It should be E.J. O'Brien when you do it regularly. So they are in 6 hearts, as I suspected they would be. And the only way they're going to make it, it looks as if they lead a diamond. And they haven't. They led a club, so well done. Diamond would have been very aggressive. Spade lead might have also appeared, and that could have let it out as well. See, I think you still got a diamond loser, even if you can pick the spades up. Doesn't help. But if the hearts had broke, it's on the spade finesse, so it's 68% times 50%, so it's only 34%, so you probably shouldn't be bidding it. Which it's very difficult for East to downgrade what is a very good 8 counter, appears to be a good 8 counter. So they've done well to avoid it in the other room and stopped in 4 hearts. So this is going to be a decent enough gain for Wales, 500 again. So the match will be sort of almost tied. So I think we're 37 all, or 36, 37. So it's been a very good comeback by Wales that were seemed to be dead and buried after board 12, but they've come back strongly on 13, 14 and quite likely 15. So she had a plan if the Ace of Hearts had gone heart, 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 but now it's gone diamond discard. She's not quite certain what she can do now. She probably needs South to have King X of diamonds amongst loads of other cards. She needs the diamond finesse. But even if that worked, it still had a lot was needed. To a 500 swing to Wales, we suspect. No, I probably won't be back for the start of the next one. I'll start on board 3. If anyone wants to jump onto a real bridge commentary in one of the rooms, feel free to do that. I'm sure Shireen would be delighted to have 2 commentators. So Wales have pushed back up into 3rd place, and Ireland have dropped down into a 4th place, nearly a whole match behind England. Okay, 11 imps was in the end to Wales, so that's at the moment it's a tied match. That's the YouTube. So we're on the final board. And a diamond, a heart. Some people would have bid 4 hearts with the south hand. Maybe she felt it was too good. Doubles, he was normal. 3 spades by east. Again, some might have bid 4, but west has bid 4 in any case. Consider 4-card diamond support as being handy to simplify setting up that suit. So spades, looks like there's a heart, a spade loser, and quite likely a trick in the wash. Still have to be done. But it is a very thin 4 spades, and south has pushed on to 5 hearts. But she did have a lot of them, and 4 didn't even make, surprisingly. So 5's going to go 2 off, and it won't be doubled. So it's likely to be 2 imps back to Ireland. Well, 3 imps, I think it'll be. Okay, so thanks for watching. I think we'll call it a day there. Just check on the scores, I suspect, before we